And Mr. Rogers going for an ankle lock to try to slow down Randy Orton, which is not a bad idea. And yet another STO. And the Killer actually doing a good job, staying right where he needs to be, but also letting Mr. Rogers and Bob Barker go in there and kill each other. But then Mr. Rogers turns his attention right to the Killer and delivers a back suplex to him. And now it looks like Randy Orton's going to stand pat. And a drop kick right to Randy Orton. And Mr. Rogers again going for the cover, but immediately broken up by the Killer. I mean, this is just back and forth, as I would expect it to be. I mean, these are three tremendous athletes. I mean, give it to Mr. Rogers. I mean, he's like 70 or close to 65 years old, actually. Excuse me. I don't know why I said 70, but he's 60. Oh, Mr. Rogers pissed. Mr. Rogers is pissed. And, wait a minute. Some clotheslines and a winning edge right to Randy Orton. And another pile driver right to Randy Orton. Like I said before, once he gets going, he can't be stopped. Neighborhood slam. Neighborhood slam. But, now it's Randy Orton who is pissed. And a chop block right to Randy Orton just before he can get anywhere. But of course, Randy Orton gets picked up. But now the Killer goes right after Rogers. Throws him over the top rope. But then Randy Orton clotheslines him onto the floor. That'll take out Mr. Rogers for the time being. But of course, Mr. Rogers gets back in the ring. And a punch right to the head of Mr. Rogers. And Mr. Rogers fights back as well. And Mr. Rogers now going to try to take out the Killer by taking out one of his wheels, his ankle, and a DDT right to the Killer. And a forearm right to the back. And it looks like the Killer and Mr. Rogers are going to go toe-to-toe. And a whip into the corner. Yeah, as the match continues, these three men are going to wear down. It's going to come down to who wants it badly. A jawbreaker right to Mr. Rogers. And then Mr. Khil goes for a Russian leg sweep. One, no, not even a 2 count, as Mr. Rogers breaks that up. Wait a minute. What's he going for? Well, he was going for another pile driver, but he missed. Or rather, Randy Orton broke that up. Or no, actually no, it was the Killer that broke it up. Excuse me. And wait a minute. And Randy Orton trying to reimpose his will with that backbreaker. And another pinfall cover. 1, 2, and broken up again by Mr. Rogers. I mean, that's how much the Intercontinental Championship means to all three of these men. I mean, Randy Orton in real life, as well as in this game, actually not in the game, but in real life, he is a 3-time Intercontinental Champion with the WWE, and that just propelled him to stardom. Wait a minute. A neighborhood slam right to the Killer. And Mr. Rogers going for a cover. 1. broken up again by Randy Orton. Whipped into the corner. And now it looks like the killer's going to try to incapacitate Randy Orton, but again, Mr. Rogers breaks that up. Just back and forth action. And a bulldog right to Orton. And another pinfall cover. 1. Nope. I mean, yeah, I mean, what can I tell you? I mean, this match is going to continue until someone gets a 3 count. 1. No. Broken up. And a full Nelson, nope, not even close. As, again, there has to be separation if there's going to be a pinfall cover. And a bulldog right to Mr. Rogers. What's he doing? A triangle choke right to Mr. Rogers. But Mr. Rogers immediately counters that. What's he doing? Oh, it's a spinning toe hold. That usually is the precursor to his finishing maneuver. The figure 4 lock, adopted by Ric Flair. Or actually, no, he came... Actually, my bad. He actually came before Ric Flair, so... He was the innovator of the figure 4. Although, not very many people know that. A mule kick right to Randy Orton. And another pinfall cover, but again, 1... What can I tell? What do I tell you? Whipped over the top rope again. Oh, and a chop right against the throat. And now all 3 men are on the outside. Now this is what I was telling you, that if it came out, that if the match went onto the outside, and now the killer's rubbing the head of Mr. Rogers up against that steel cage. But Mr. Rogers counters with an arm, what was it? An arm, not an arm drop, but what was it called again? An arm breaker. Okay, I'm sorry. Again, sometimes I can forget my moves. Sometimes I get brain freeze like that sometimes, but then again, it does come from my father. I mean, he was a broadcaster at one point. You know, whenever we did have television and whatnot, but yeah, whatever. And Mr. Rogers just whipping Randy Orton into the cage, and now he whips him onto the other side. And now the killer is onto the outside. Wait, what's the killer doing? He's gonna set him up for a suplex. Oh my god! They just broke through the cage, and yeah, now they're all on the outside. All 3 men are on the outside. They broke through the cage. My god. Oh my god. Now the match can go anywhere, man. And wait, what the hell is Khil doing? What the hell is he doing? Well, whatever he's doing. Oh no, he's climbing up the cage. He's climbing up to the top, folks, but I have to say this. Khil is making a mistake right here. He wants someone to come up to him. Oh no, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Edward Khil has just made the biggest mistake of his life, as Mr. Rogers is the new Intercontinental Champion.
It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor?